Demos time at Matrix Towers. Here we go. We've got big news this week, and we're going to show you about something we call Element X. You may have heard about it, but it's the real deal. It's live. It's out there. And Doug and Mauro and an unnamed special guest are going to take us all through it. And then after that, Devon is going to talk to us about his account portability work in pseudo IDs. So let's dive in. Let's hear about Element X.
Hello.
Hello.
Let me share my screen. Just that one. Okay, cool. Can you see my screen? Yeah, okay, cool. So, yeah, hopefully, as you all know or have heard, Element X is now live and available on the App Store. And this, myself and Mauro are just going to run you through what the app looks like in this, I guess, early preview of the app. So, so yeah, starting from scratch, we're going to sign in, and we. I just want to highlight, like, we require sliding sync. So if you try and sign in to a server that doesn't have that set up yet, you will be given an alert, and it will take you to more information where you can learn and find out how you or your home server admin can get that set up. So I'm going to just carry on with matrix.org, and I am going to sign in like so. Okay. So the first time that you sign in to Element X, the sliding sync proxy needs to do some work in the background. So this is a one-time operation, and it will take as long as it would have taken you to sign in with regular Element, as it's doing that same sync. Once it's done that, then from then on it is incredibly fast, and you should hopefully see a little bit more about that later on in this demo. So yeah, that's finished, and we have a lovely welcome screen here, which is just letting you know, like, as this is an early preview, the features that might not be available yet, and just set some expectations about what your experience should be like. So let's go. So we have our room list here. It is really nice and snappy. I'm not sure how well that will come through on a screen recording, but the Rust team have done an incredible job to make this feel really, really great. I'm going to verify myself, which requires me to come here. All right, so I'm now verified, and my yeah, everything's nicely cross-signed. We, in this initial preview, we don't have support for key backup, so any encrypted rooms that you open, you will be shown a banner just saying that that it's not available, but any new messages that come in will come in from there onwards. So, but obviously, all of the unencrypted rooms that you're in, they all work absolutely perfectly. So next I am going to create a DM. So the room creation flows were built by the Explorers team, and gonna work. So it's nice and easy, yeah, to create DMs, and then equally, if we want to create a room, we can come in here. I can search for various people. Search for Mauro like that. Oh, I'll just do it with that for now. Let's create a room with that one. Okay, So yeah, so that's creating rooms. And now, hopefully, on the other side of this, I can pass over to Mauro, who will have some invites waiting for him that I hope he will accept. So.
Okay, perfect. So I share the screen of my device. Just a second. Okay, hopefully everyone can see the screen of my device. First of all, I want to show how fast is the app launch when it's not doing the migration. As you can see, just tap the app and there it is. No loading time, like very minimal loading time. And I already received some notification for invitation, but you can actually open up the invitation screen right here. It has been made by the Explorer team. Kudos to them. It's an amazing tool in which we can now accept the invitations for these rooms, and there they are. You can actually join them. Okay, perfect. So I think the next thing would be to actually see some of the notification that you may receive in the app. Here they are. So last time, as you know, I had some troubles opening the notifications with the long press simulator, but luckily here we're on device and we can see that that does work. You can actually see also the preview of the media file that's being sent directly in the notification. And as soon as we tap on notification fully, we get directly to the room immediately, like instantly almost. And yeah, I actually really love these pictures that Doug is sending me. So I think it's worth actually highlighting how beautiful they are with some reactions, some love reactions here that can actually also now be tracked. In fact, if I long press on the reaction that I just seen, I can actually see also who did the reaction and what was the reaction in question right now. See, they're actually tabbed with the specific reaction, so you can see the list of person that gave that specific one. Of course, we can actually add more of them by tapping the plus button here, and that's not the end. In fact, we're actually able to forward the message from this room to another room. So just press forward here and send this to Alice, for example. And I actually automatically go back to the room of Alice, and I can see that the message has been sent immediately there. What else? Well, there are various ways in which I could reply to this message, for example, by just opening up the long press menu and tapping reply. But we actually also implemented a way easier and faster system to reply to a message by just swapping slightly on the right. Yeah, this pretty much brings up the reply screen. But of course, maybe you want to change your message. Maybe you want to actually edit one of your messages. Fingers are a bit too big for the screen. And yeah, I think that this room is a bit too empty. Maybe we want to make it a bit more crowded. So if I just tap on the room here, I can see all the people that belong to the room. I can see the topic, and I can actually now also invite other people to actually enter in the room. So let's say that maybe I want to invite my developer account. Yeah, why not? Oh, okay. This bytes could not be sent. And yeah, that's pretty much everything from this presentation. I think there is actually a special guest that would like to show how fast is the app right now. So if our guest is ready, I guess we can show our the light speed of element X.
Maro, thank you so much. I think our special guest is so quick. We've actually lost him. So I think the point that he would be showing is he's got a very, very, very big matrix account, and it's basically instantaneous using Element X. I'm also consider myself a power user, and I can definitely vouch for that. It's an extraordinary achievement. Just want to say thanks to the whole team getting this out in the wild. This is so many things had to come together. Client side, server side. It's wonderful to see it out there, and I hope more and more people can actually use it as their daily driver. All right, yeah, let's do some of that. All right, Devon, you got the final demo. Are you out there?
Yes. Let's see. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so I'm going to be giving just a quick update on the progress we've made on pseudo IDs so far. So I guess pseudo IDs is precursor work to account portability, where we need to change the way events are currently being sent, where the sender of current events is associated with a matrix ID. In order for you to change to a different home server or something with your account, but still be able to keep all your prior events, we have to change that and add a layer of indirection between what your matrix ID is and who's actually sending the event in the room. So to do that, we're proposing change to using a per room, per user key as the now ID for the sender and state key fields, basically in all events, which decouples your matrix ID from the identity that you're using to send events inside of a room. And in this pseudo ID stage, we are making it transparent to all the clients in that we're swapping back the matrix ID before we send it down the client server API, such that we could get the pseudo ID work out sooner without having the whole swath of account portability, which includes work on the client side. So this is based off some prior art in MSC 1228, and then the current MSC is 4014, which is written by Keegan. So I'll give a quick demo on where we're at right now. But first, a huge thanks to the team. It was me, Till, Keegan, and now Sam, and then also Rich for his prior work on the matter. So as you see here, I have two elements set up. And what this is two different users connected to two separate home servers. So these are being federated effectively to show that we have federation of invites, joins, leaves, a bunch of other stuff working with pseudo IDs. It's not just local. So if I come in here and create a new room, if we go to look at the settings for this room, we're using the room version of the MSC number right now, which is just the custom string for the pseudo ID rooms. And that's pretty unexciting. Then if I go over and invite this other user, which I think is this guy. That's him. So I'll show a bit of how the events are working behind the scenes. So if we look at the invite event, on the client side, it looks pretty much the same as normal, other than we have added this little sender key field, which is just to help debugging with like what the public key is for the person sending the event. Over federation, we actually swap out the sender field with this sender key. And then same with state key, they would also be this sender key. But then, like I said, we're passing down the actual matrix ID down to the client side. For the invite dance, it's actually had changed a little bit since the keys are per room, per user. So if we're inviting a user to a room who's never been in that room before, they obviously don't have a key for that room yet because they don't know about it, never joined. So we've had to do something similar to the join dance. We have to first make a partial join event, then populate the full join event before sending it. So now the invites also kind of work the same way, in that you make a partial invite sent to this user, who then generates a key for this room, creates a full invite event, tosses the invite event back before that gets added to the room DAG. So then if we go and look at the join event to see how this is working, we've added this MXID mapping field to the content area. This is now where the information is stored for the mapping between the user's room key and their matrix ID, which is these two fields. That's theoretically, at least is the plan, is to have, that's the only location where you'll have the mapping exist. So for GDPR compliance and for removing history of who sent what in the room, you should be able to redact this and then have no more mapping between which matrix ID sent an event in the room. This MXID mapping is signed currently by the home server of the MXID to validate that, yes, this user on this home server is actually on this home server, to attest to that. Then everything else is the same as normal. We're just swapping state keys and senders behind the scenes so that this works and they can talk to each other. Then we also can, I guess we'll do this first. I can change the username, and that's all working. So we can see that, where we just have, in events, we're stripping out the MXID mapping from the previous content of the event. Like I mentioned, we don't want to propagate that all over the place. So we're just showing the current, like, existing fields that would normally be sent in this event, the membership display name and stuff. Then if I leave the room, he leaves. So behind, yeah, like I said, behind the scenes, this is all working where senders and state keys are all just using those public keys now instead of the matrix IDs. So that in the future, when we get the next steps for account portability, you'll be able to now change that attestation of your MXID mapping for which home server you're associated with and what your MXID is. And that's the demo.
That's super cool, Devin. Thank you. All right, Matrix Live, that's your lot.